start? Y'all want to do some breaths with me? I need to breathe.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, y'all ready? How y'all doing? I'm Nia Rose, and this is for me. I'm here with some special guests today. I'm here with Ty, and I'm here with Taylor Avonte. How y'all feeling today?
Feeling
Good.
good.
You?
How you doing?
I'm feeling kind of nervous, sleepy,
Don't be nervous,
but I'm
please.
also excited. One to
Yes.
10, what's our mood at? What's our mood at right now?
My mood is at a, honestly speaking, probably like a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just because of the day? Is it just life?
The day, life.
How
Yeah.
about you, Ty?
Today I'm gonna give it like a solid like maybe 6 or 7.
Got
Okay.
Just
you.
a cool day, you know.
I feel
I'm
you.
glad it's nice outside, and
Me
I'm
too.
happy to be here with y'all. So
Yeah.
All right, well, I hope this is a fruitful, conversation between us. Let's just get into it. How did y'all connect? Tell me about the birth of this connection here.
You want some smoke? You want-
you
you
tell
want-
it.
Okay. Okay, so one day I went to Planet Fitness.
Oh.
And Ty, he came over to me. He was like, I think he recognized me from like Instagram and singing and stuff. And he was like, he followed me. And he liked my voice and stuff. And then we connected. I made sure I followed him back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then literally, probably like a couple weeks later, I was like, oh shoot, he can like sing, because I was looking at his Instagram. I'm like, oh, he can actually sing like for real. And then fast forward, I went to the studio with Trey Beats, and Ty was in the studio,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like,
I don't remember that part.
you don't?
No.
You was in the studio with Trey.
So I was already in the studio with him, and you knew him like separately.
I didn't know him. He emailed me to work with me,
Okay.
and you were in
Oh, I
there.
do remember this
I
now. Okay,
walked in
yeah,
and you was sitting in there.
I do remember
I was
now.
like, damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And how did you find her page, or how did you even get familiar
For
with
me,
her?
I honestly don't remember how I found your page. I just know that like within following people like in the area, people who sing, I obviously followed her. I knew who she was, and I saw her, and I was like, "Oh, that's Taylor." Like, let me introduce myself at least. Like, little baby network me trying to like put myself
Yes.
out there. So,
Yeah.
but she was really receptive. Like, she was really sweet. So I was just like, maybe one day we can work together. But it
Yeah.
actually came into fruition, which is pretty cool. So
And
Yeah.
y'all have at least 3 songs: Hoping,
we have
Foolish, Nerve. That's the ones that are out.
Yeah.
right. We have a lot of
Yeah,
songs
yeah, we
together,
do.
So tell
but
me
those
about
are the
that
ones that are
first
out.
time y'all are in the studio together, or what was that first process like?
Do you remember that? I don't remember.
I don't remember all the way, but I just remember it was like a
Or maybe the
couple.
most recent one, if that's
Mhm.
like.
The most recent one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember the first one?
I remember I remember a session we did for Hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
that was the first time.
yeah. So I just I'm sorry, what was the question one more time?
Just tell me about that experience of y'all
Oh,
together in the
it was really
studio.
cool. I remember Taylor being really sweet and really nice. For me, I just love working with female artists, especially people who do R&B.
Yeah.
So it was just like a dream because everything that I wanted for the song to sound like or the
Mm-hmm.
lyrics, like she was just so open to it. Anything I threw at her, she could do
Yeah.
vocally.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was like, oh, this girl is bad. Like
Yes.
she can do anything.
I'm
She's
bad.
so talented.
I love that. And that brings me to my next question, Ty. What does that feel like, seeing another artist singing your song, posting about your music that you wrote? Does it feel like you're giving away a baby, or does it feel like it's no longer yours anymore? What does that feel like?
For me, like when we're creating the song, I always want the song to feel like theirs. Like initially, I don't
Yeah.
want it to
Yeah.
ever feel like mine because it's not mine. If I'm
Yeah.
going into, I mean, there are some songs that I have that I will send out to somebody, but if we're
Yeah.
going into it like, no, this is for you, which I like to do personally. I like for us to sit down and talk about what you want to write about, talk about what you want to sing about, and then
Yeah.
create the song. It's always been hers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I don't feel like I'm giving something away as much as I just feel like I'm just like helping somebody or
You're like
being
a
a part of the
conduit.
process. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like like she's like a vessel to me,
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
out what I want to get out, and as long as somebody hears it, it's that's all that really matters to me.
And it's so crazy because we both. It's like we be going through the same stuff at the same time.
It is
And like,
crazy. I'll write something and then
yeah,
she'll be like, "Oh my,
Alignment.
yeah."
So
it's so
y'all be going
crazy.
through heartbreak. A lot of your songs pull on the heartstrings. Do
Yeah.
y'all feel like real love exists nowadays? Do you feel like
Mm.
real commitment, real relationship can exist
Mhm.
in this age of ego and get things quick? Do y'all feel like real love exists?
Makes you
Go
feel.
ahead.
I feel like I feel like real love still does exist. I do,
Yes.
even though like all the things I've been through with experiencing love.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. I just feel like this generation doesn't really know exactly what love is and what it
Yeah.
entails and how serious it is. They think it's like it's just a cute word and stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody really like takes the initiative to really like dig deep in what love really is supposed to look like. Even though it looks like so many different things, but nobody really. I don't think no one takes it. Not gonna say everyone, but I feel like this generation really take it that serious.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the influences like social media and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, I would agree. For sure, this generation has a problem. But for me, like all of the songs that you mentioned that are about like breakups and
Yeah.
heartbreak, I definitely been through like my
Yeah.
share. And I feel like that's a part of life though. Like we go
Yeah.
through heartbreak, and who knows, maybe the next song will be a love song. Hopefully,
Yeah.
But songs come from all types of places and feelings and emotions. So
Yeah.
yeah.
As y'all get more established in this music industry, more successful, more credits, do y'all feel like people are treating you differently or moving around you differently?
I feel like you need to answer that because we got a big superstar on our
uh,
hands.
I feel like people are treating me a little differently. It's nothing like drastic.
Yeah.
I've seen some things that I haven't really that I don't really like. As far as like support, like some people honestly kind of like shied away because maybe they support me. You know how some people support you on a certain level,
Yeah.
but when you start excelling, they just be like, you know what I'm saying? So I've
They
experienced
support
that.
you less, they kind of back up?
Yeah, they like kind of back up
Really?
because it's like I believe in you, but like I don't I don't want you to go too far.
A
That's
lot
not
of
you
people
know what
want
I'm
to see
saying?
you do great, but they don't
They
want to
don't
see you
want
do
you
better than
than
them.
them,
You know.
right?
So
Exactly. So I experienced that. I also experienced a lot of people that like knew I sung and stuff and they had like a little bit of pull in the like in my city in
Yeah.
Baltimore that even now like follow me or they reach out and stuff like that. So it's kind of I know as I get bigger whatever my name gets out there I'm gonna go through so many different like feelings with it, but it is what it is,
Right. And y'all been in music for a long time, whether it's singing at recitals, whether it's writing lyrics in your journal.
Yeah.
What process are you at now? Is it about collaborating with different artists? Is it about how can I get paid? Is it about, getting on more stages? What do you feel like is the process that you're in right now or the priority?
for me, it's definitely about just establishing a career that is fruitful, that is like that I'm always going to be passionate about. Working with people, like we were just talking about, working with people that you just genuinely love to work with.
Yeah.
That it's never like a hassle. Like just establishing a career that like I can be proud of. Honestly, and when you have a career, hopefully money is involved. Hopefully, it's
Yeah.
some big checks involved.
Yeah.
But
Got
it's not
bills.
even about that. It's
It's
just
not even
like,
the rush. That's
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
it's not even a rush of that. Like I feel like personally, all that's gonna come in time.
Yeah.
I think it's just more so about like number one, making good music. Like doing what
yeah.
we do, like that's the main priority. We just have to make good music.
Yeah.
And when it comes from your heart and when it comes from a place of like feeling and emotion, the music is gonna be good.
Yeah.
And on when after once you establish that, everything else is just gonna
Fall
come
in
with it,
place. Right.
Like yeah.
And that just shows us how like how passionate we are about it too.
Right.
Cause we're not. I mean, of course, you want the money. You want to pay your bills.
But there are
But
some people that do it just for the
for the
money.
money,
And
right?
like
Yeah.
it's
For the
hard out
clout.
here, yeah, for the
Yeah.
Can you
clout or
tell? Can you
like
tell the difference between like, oh, you're really about the art, and
mhm.
you're kind of about the fame, or you're about what it comes with?
I
Oh,
always tell.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like someone who takes time to like maybe like do vocal training, do like performance training, stuff like that, or some versus like somebody who may have like they might have a big following, they don't really like perform, they might have
Mm,
backing. I mean, it's nothing wrong with having like backing tracks, but like you could just tell,
yeah.
it's like if you know type
How
of
much
thing.
they're investing in the
In the
craft.
craft, right?
Artist development is a
Arts
dead,
development
like it's
is
dead.
dead.
Like
It's gone.
nobody does it anymore, but it's very important.
Yeah.
Y'all
So
kind of have to do it as an individual instead of somebody else
Yeah.
supporting y'all. What is something else that either you wish you knew about the music industry or people don't know? Like as you're entering, you wish people would know this is what happens when you enter it.
I know for me, the business part. Um,
Yes.
that's very, very important, and especially being a female in a male dominant industry, honestly. It's really important to know. So I'm still learning, but it's a lot
Right.
of things that I'm like, wow, like I didn't know about this, and it's a lot of things, it's a lot of loopholes with this stuff, and it gets tricky, it gets crazy. There's no rules to it. So
How would you describe the business? Like just 101, what does that look like? Because outside looking in, I just know I just need to get on stage and I just need
Yeah.
more followers and I need people to know me. What does the business side look like
the
as far
business
as you know
side,
so far?
it looks it looks crazy. Like it's so many different things. I think especially being like a R&B artist, there's so many
Yeah.
things that I need, and that maybe like a rapper doesn't need. But it's so many different things. Like you need a publicist, you need somebody, you need a what's the word,
marketing.
a marketing. It's so many different. It's a lot. Vocal
trainer.
training.
Mhm.
Somebody to keep up with your budget, payroll. It's so much stuff. You need somebody that's gonna push your music to certain platforms. I'm not just saying like using TuneCore and things like that, but it's like it's bigger distribution outlets that you need to push your music out there. You need you just gotta. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a
Do
lot.
y'all have mentors or this is something you're learning on your own really?
Mentors.
Um, for me, I feel like I've made like a lot of great connections in the area and beyond, like in Baltimore, of course. Shout out to everybody like at the recording house.
Yeah,
My
shout out to
friend
y'all.
Darnell, he's basically like managing all of us in a sense. Like
Yeah.
he's very tapped into the business side of the music industry. He does a lot like when it comes to that. And if I'm not mistaken, like his real job is in marketing or his other job is in marketing. So
Yeah.
he teaches us a lot. Just about this business, about everything we need to be doing, staying on top of making music all the time, and when you're not making music, making sure we're like we have our connected with like BMI and ASCAP and
Yeah.
like the people that will make sure we get our money for the music that we make,
Yeah.
and just being really like organized about it. So shout out to him.
Big ups.
Also, I have a friend. His name is Nard. He really helps me on like the music side. I know Taylor too.
Like fundamentals and
Just
stuff.
fundamentals and like
Yes.
music theory and
Yeah.
just like expanding like from what we already know, because we
Yeah.
know a lot, but you don't, you always have to be a student, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Always.
definitely shout out to both of them. I would say they are huge mentors for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something that I've noticed about both of y'all, I feel like y'all are students, y'all always trying to improve your craft, and y'all are always giving it to God. I feel like anybody looking at y'all journey, y'all are very vocal about how it's God that's giving you your gifts, your opportunities. Can y'all just talk about a moment when you knew like I'm made for this? Like I'm really chosen and divine.
Yeah.
Can you talk about a moment
Period.
when you knew that?
Um, like the most recent moment really is the Broccoli City thing. Honestly, I always knew like I wanted to sing, I want to perform and stuff. But like I think because I was the biggest thing I've ever done, and I was around so many big people, and like they were complimenting. I mean, I know I'm good, but like once they was like
Right.
saying stuff about it, I was like, okay, shoot, I must. I must be. This must be what I really am here for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then like seeing people that I didn't even know like singing the music in the audience and
Really?
stuff, I was like, damn.
Already, that's a blessing.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that's one of my
That's
moments.
huge.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How about you, Tom?
For me, I just think I feel like my work is always good. Like Taylor
Yeah.
said, like you believe in yourself to an extent,
Yeah.
but I just know that like having a following on social media, and I've made it a point to like put my music on social media to just always be sharing like the stuff that I'm doing, and also like the artist I work with. Like honestly, every time she likes a song that I present to her, I'm like, okay, like good, like I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's music is great. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We hear bad.
You being shady over here?
I'm not trying to be shady at all. We hear bad music all the time. Like
Right.
even songs from like the biggest artists in the world. They may put out a song you like, I don't really like
You're
that
not
one. I'm not
feeling
feeling
it.
that one. And not every song is for everybody. I get that too, but it's
Yeah.
just like it's a different thing. And for me being a songwriter, it's a point to me to make a song that everybody likes. That's a
Yeah.
hit. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's a hit for
So
sure.
when I play a song for somebody and then I play it for somebody else and I play it for somebody else and they all like love it,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Like,
damn,
oh
like I
shit.
got a hit on my hand, you know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
so that's the not the validation, but that's the like satisfaction for me.
Seeing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
impact in the community.
Yeah.
Not that I'm just good, but like, oh, y'all are, it's
But
resonating
people
with y'all.
actually like the
Yeah.
music, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's important. Like
Yeah.
being in this industry, everybody's putting out music,
Yeah.
but it's about getting the appeal. Like people have to like it, people have to love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Taylor, so you've performed with Manny Wells, you've performed at Songbird, you've performed just at Broccoli City.
Mhm.
Can you tell me what makes a good performance?
Mm. For me, I feel like what makes a good performance is, putting. This sounds cliche, but really like putting your all into it. And if you have a performance with the Manny Wells situation, I didn't have like an audience, but like the people that like the camera crew and stuff, they was just like, whoa, wow, like you saw backgrounds, but you should have been, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think the no the energy you put into it, and then like the feedback you get, like how it was for Broccoli City, like and I know for me as I'm performing, I like to like zone out, but like I kind of reel myself back in, and I kind of like look around and see like how people are vibing out with me. So that's like validation.
You're
So
like engaged with the audience. Like,
yeah,
are they flowing with me?
yeah,
Hmm.
It's really and also the competition as well.
yeah.
You got to do the competition where you having to read the room. Have you
Mhm.
ever had to like adjust? Like, all right, hold on, let me speed it up a little bit or slow it down.
Yeah. Or like say certain things in between my music because I am a new artist. So like with the Broccoli City, I had a little. I had like a little part where it was like a familiar part, like a sample, but then like to rear them in, but then like I have new music and I'm a new artist. They're like, who is this? So
You had to
as
introduce yourself.
yeah, as
Yeah.
far as like what I say in between too. So like I know this crowd, they was like into it, so I was like making little jokes in between, or you know what I'm saying,
How
little
do you
facial
do that?
expressions,
Impromptu?
little whatever.
I would be nervous.
Yeah, it's just it literally just comes out like
Uh-huh.
But if they not paying attention, you want to say something like that's
Y'all
gonna rear
hear
them
me?
in. Yeah, you know what I'm
Right,
saying. Like I kept
yeah.
saying
me?
like y'all here with me, y'all good, y'all here, y'all good, and they're like yeah,
Oh, we good. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Let me pay
like
attention.
I was in the mic like oh I like that. I was like damn.
I feel like that makes you personable too. Like
Yeah,
people
too.
know that you're a real person, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I love that. How about for you, Ty? You've written and co-written for Henry B. Styles, DOE, and now consistently for Taylor Avonte. What does that feel like? What did that feel like making your first song? Did you picture somebody else, or was it just for you? What was that process like?
Did I picture somebody else singing the song or
Mhm.
like the songs I written for her or whatever?
Yeah.
Um honestly, when I started working with Taylor, the songs were for her. Like,
Mhm.
I sought her out, I guess, initially. And I wanted to write for her. Like I wanted
Yeah.
to like, help her make good music cuz she had music out already.
Yeah.
But she didn't have a lot of music out. And I'm like, you should be like doing more and putting out music. Like your voice is great. So all the songs I wrote, they were for her, but even if I'm just like writing a song in general, it just depends on like who it fits for, I might be in the studio and somebody might come in and try to sing it. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but it might sound better with somebody else's voice
Yeah.
or whatever. But everything I give to her, she knocks out of the park. So
Thank you.
yeah.
I love that. What do y'all feel like y'all are most proud of in this moment? We're always aiming higher, wanting more. What do you feel like you're most proud of in this moment?
What you most proud of?
What am I most proud of? I think for me, I'm most proud of my consistency. Um,
Me
just
too,
like,
Ty.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Just
thank
be
super
you.
like,
consistent.
oh, I want to do this, and you do it.
Yeah.
And you continue.
And I
to do
wasn't
it.
always like that way.
Yeah.
Like, it like took like learning and like actually being consistent. Like, I wasn't always this. I was a little bit lazy, to be honest. So
You in the
just getting,
studio now,
yeah, just
okay?
getting on my stuff and being in the studio often and even reaching out and networking and working with different people and trying to work with different people. Like, it's not the easiest thing to do a lot of the
Yeah.
times. Like, I have anxiety when it comes to it sometimes,
Yeah.
but just being
Anxiety when it
consistent.
comes to being consistent or
Oh
reaching out
no,
to people.
networking and like working with people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not always like the easiest thing to do. But just being consistent, I think, is something I'm really proud of because now I have like 3, 4 records out with her. Like we working on a project. I can say that I've written for other people in the area. Like
Period.
I'm just, I'm proud of
They
that.
know your name.
Yes, you
Yeah.
know his name.
People know me around the area a little bit.
How about you, Taylor?
What was the question again?
What are you
Sorry.
most proud of in this moment?
Hmm. I keep reeling it back to the Broccoli City because I really.
That's a big
Listen,
moment.
I
Yeah.
really
Talk
can't.
about it. Broccoli City, let's talk about it.
We were all super proud
No,
of her
for
for
real.
that. Yeah.
It's so crazy how it happened. Like,
Yes, talk about it. How did it happen?
all right, so I literally manifested this, like, for
Yes.
real. Like, and this was the first time I was, like, able to understand what manifestation really, really meant. I knew what
Yeah.
it meant, but, like, not for me, really. So, it was
I
a
get that.
competition, and I told my job, I was like, hey, I'm gonna need off. I was like the 15th and the 14th and the 15th because I knew it was a 2-day thing. I didn't even get picked to do the competition yet, but I was like, I'm gonna need off. And they was like, wow. I said I'm performing at Broccoli City, and I was going to
Period.
different places. I'm a
Period.
manager at my job, and I was like getting menus and stuff, and they was like, and I was giving my cards out, and they was like, oh, I was like, yeah, I'm performing at Broccoli City. Like, I was
Period.
telling
You were
everybody in
talking about it.
Staples that I was performing at Broccoli City. This was before I even got picked to be able to perform at Broccoli City. And then they, they picked me to do the competition.
Yeah.
I went against probably like 20 people,
Hmm.
and
She
and it was a moment where I had told Ty, I was like, cause Ty had to leave. I was like, I'm gonna call you, let you know that I won. You know what I'm saying?
No, this is what happened. So I had to leave early, and I was like, okay, you gotta call me and let me know like who
Like, who
wins.
wins,
Like if
yeah.
she was like, I'm gonna win.
said,
I was
gonna
like,
win.
oh,
Like,
okay.
what you mean?
You had no doubt.
Not that I
about
didn't believe she was gonna win,
Yeah,
but I'm
it's
like,
just
even if
like-
you don't win, let me know
Right.
who does win.
Yeah,
And she was like,
yeah.
no, I'm gonna win. What are you talking about? And I was
Yeah.
like, okay. So I get home, and she called me, and I'm expecting for her to tell me who won, and all I hear is like I won. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It was crazy as shit. Like, and I mean, I came there too, and I was like, I'm gonna win, Like, but I ain't gonna lie, it was this one girl at the end.
She was killing it.
She was killing it, and they, we had judges, and they was telling her like, oh, your song sounds like really good for festival, and a lot of my songs are slow.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I mean,
okay,
Summer Walker.
yeah, but I mean, she got body, you know what I'm saying? She got a little
Uh-huh.
mid tempo, like. So I was like, okay, she got it in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Then they called my name. I was like, wow,
Oh,
like, that shit
and
crazy.
then walking on that stage, you're like, I pray for this.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, to end it
Crazy.
off, we're gonna do a quick game.
Okay.
We love games.
I love a game.
Yes.
All right, so y'all
What's
just gonna
up?
finish the sentence for me, okay?
Mhm.
All right. If stranded on the island, I'd have these 3 things.
Okay.
My phone.
On the island with no service?
I mean, is this
Oh,
something? Is this supposed to be realistic? Or are we?
Okay, your
just?
phone. 2 more things.
Okay. I need some water.
Okay.
Okay. I will bring. Is this what I'm bringing? Like, I would have my MacBook with me. I need that. Like,
How you gonna charge it?
I don't know, but we gonna figure it out.
Okay.
Yo,
that's- Second one for you?
Oh, we okay.
Okay. I need my Cetaphil for my face. I'm sorry.
Your face?
My Cetaphil for my face.
For
Her
your
face
Yeah,
lotion.
your skin. That salt water is gonna help you, but I got you. Third one.
I'm gonna go with. I definitely need some type of food. Or
food you bringing?
I think I'm gonna just bring me
Chicken
a
hot.
chicken, like just the whole chicken,
Okay,
and then
got
make it last,
Hey, yo,
throughout
bro.
my time.
Got you. Okay. What's your third?
I just bring some fruit for real.
I got you. I got you.
Nice.
I'd do a duet with.
That's a good one.
Her, scissor, someone.
I would love to do a duet with Shalea. She's a singer. You have to look her up. If you know, you know.
Period.
Shalea.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
All right. I'll never get rid of.
I would never get rid of.
Damn, these hard.
These are kind of hard.
I would never get rid of
I would never get rid of my dog. Just say that.
Oh, I would have an animal. I would never get rid of their money.
Period. Okay. I'd go to jail for it.
Oh.
Nobody.
I would go to jail for my mom. Realistically, like I would go to jail for her. Yeah.
Sorry, mommy.
Okay. We got dreams and goals, so it's okay.
Sorry, no. I would go to jail for my mother. I would.
All
I
right.
would.
And I'm way too smart to ever.
Double back.
To ever be that foolish.
There you
Ooh,
go.
you got it. Damn.
All right. Let the people know what to expect. Your ass, all of that.
Okay. Um. Okay.
You the superstar.
I have a song called "Somebody Else" dropping very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Be on all platforms, and look out for a video as well.
Yes, you heard that. She's dropping Somebody Else, written and vocal produced by me. Hopefully working on a project pretty soon.
Yeah.
Probably not this year, but like maybe early
Beginning
next
next
year.
year.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to continue to like work with whoever out there wants to write some music, sing some music.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Tap in with him. He really that guy.
Period. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Ty.
Thank
And
you.
thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Nia Rose, and this is for me. I'll see y'all next time.
See? My dog
What's the part right before the I was gonna say start from what's it called? Right, me too, girl. I'm like, what part am I looking for? No. Wish I could call you. Start from there, and then just do the chorus. Like, just do like somebody, and I'm gonna harmonize with you on somebody else, and then just call it. I wish I could call you. Mine's always yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So go back. Uh.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Wish I could call you. Ready?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna come in on somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I wish I could call you, but the line's always busy, and the plans always fall through. And I'm in your city. I don't wanna be too naive, but it feels like you ain't choosing me. You're choosing me. There must be somebody else.
Else. Else.
There must be somebody else.
Else. That's what I gotta do. I don't want to do rap.
I need to warm up.
You know,
You
real
can do it
dry.
again if you want.
Oh no.
That's your snooze button.
Yeah. What is that? What is the alarm?
Okay, that's great.
Not reminders, but alarms because my memory is like shitty.
I think that's good. Did y'all want to do anything else? Y'all cool?
Yeah, no.
Okay, just want to do the group picture.